بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين.
My name is Mary Cecilia Enoka. In Islam it's Maryam Aziza. And I'm New Zealand born, Cook Islander and white Australian. I've had 6 children and 4 grandchildren. And I live in Hastings, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. I was raised in a Catholic family. I think the father's side is Presbyterian. I was sort of on the streets at 12. It was safer for me than at home. Most of my family don't know that this. There I took to drinking because I just couldn't find God anywhere, and all the places where people were drinking was where I ended up, and so I was asking all these people, where's God, where's God? And I remember they always used to start talking about Him, you know, they're all drunk but talking about God, and still I didn't find God. So I just kept on drinking and trying to, I knew I always wanted to follow God. I always had a love for the Arabic clothing and all these things. I just had a love for them, I don't know why. But God has always been there somewhere. You know, this may be haram, but I've experienced a lot of spiritual things as well. But learning in Islam, I'm willing to put all those things aside, things in my culture that doesn't belong. I'm just so willing, I'm like Aziz, I just want to, my life is belonging to God. While I was on the streets, until now I've mostly grown up with Māori people, which in our history we are actually their elders. Not, I don't know, inner peace, safety. I just had to have the search for God, and it wasn't forthcoming then. When my kids were children, I looked at all my life, all the things around. What everyone offers out there now is drugs and alcohol and all these filthy things. And I wanted my kids to have another option, so I took up with the Baptist Church. More for them than me, because I know I'm already sinful in those things. And it also helped me a wee bit anyway, but then negative things in there, so we just all started drinking and everything again. Most of the time I've been just about 26 years solo mum, things like this. So, like Aziz, for example, has never had a father figure. He's only had me. I have to be mum and dad. And I've tried to do the best I can, especially for the boys, because, you know, boys are important. Whether in Islam or not, to me, a boy is important, a man's important, because they are the head of the house, and it's just something I've always believed. But I don't believe abuse belongs in a life. So those are things I've been struggling with myself. And I find it, in Islam, it's really easy for me to live the life I believe, because there's no abuse in it, you know. It's a stricter religion than Christianity, and that's what people need these days, because they're just running wild out there, you know. The kids are suffering, kids have got no dads, dads are suffering, everybody's suffering because they followed the structure given from Allah. And those are just all the things I've grown up believing myself personally, to get myself through life. My older daughter took up Islam, and I started thinking about my grandchildren that I barely had then. She was just starting to be pregnant. And what kind of life I wanted for my grandchildren, and the grandchildren's parents, and all these things. What do I want in my life? How do I want my future and their future to be? And I thought, no, I'm too sinful, I don't want to go to Islam, nothing. No church, nothing. I'm quite happy, have a couple of drinks, have a good sleep, you know, wake up in the morning, but